Imagine a video game that could lower emissions by 40 to 60%. Wait, what? Most of us think of gaming as pure entertainment, but gaming builds habits, influences culture, and pushes the limits of technology. Using gaming mechanics and behavioral psychology to influence action is called gamification. You may have never played a video game or don't consider yourself a gamer, but gamification is everywhere. Do you like to travel using airline points? 'Cause I love my Platinum Airline status. We keep going back to our favorite coffee shops, restaurants, and clothing stores for those valuable loyalty discounts. Social media likes and comments have us checking those platforms more than we would like to admit. These are not video games, but are all forms of gamification built to influence our behavior. Let's consider a more challenging form of gamification: energy production. Every aspect of modern life requires energy, from growing crops to processing food, manufacturing goods, conducting medical research, everything. Reliable energy enhances education, healthcare, productivity, and overall lifestyle. Government regulations ask companies to produce this energy cleanly and sustainably. It's a balancing act, considering the energy fuels economic activity, leading to a higher quality of life. This requires companies to invest billions of their dollars, time, and resources to meet these new requirements. I was brought in to an oil and gas technology company to use gamification as a tool to help their clients meet some of these clean energy goals. You might find it difficult to imagine a big industrial oil field as a place for gaming. However, as a product and experience designer, using gaming mechanics such as leaderboards, daily challenges, and trophies in this type of non-gaming scenario, it's been some of my most interesting and creative work. Game design. It teaches us that people play games and are motivated for a variety of reasons. Some people enjoy head-to-head competition. Others enjoy the artwork and storytelling in a game, to hang out with their friends, to gain personal achievements, or maybe just to explore an exciting new world. I took game thinking into our designs to motivate frontline workers for more efficient energy production. In many multiplayer video games, at the end of each match, regardless of winning or losing, each player receives a breakdown of how well they played the game according to a set of actions. Now, most managers and executives, they would love it if we could take this type of real-time feedback and leaderboards into their workplace. They would know exactly what their employees had done, their strengths, their weaknesses, and their opportunities for improvement. However, this type of performance metric focus, it can be slightly demotivating if the employees feel that the company is only focused on revenue-based metrics. Energy regulations require a massive shift in culture across an organization. Large-scale initiatives need change makers. In order to complement this performance-based culture, we developed a leaderboard to display excellence in leadership skills. For example, highlighting that team member who's always mentoring others, answering questions, or just keeping a positive attitude throughout difficult times. The combined set of dynamic leaderboards allow companies to see who is driving the real organizational change and how. Many of these change makers are field operators on the ground level. Leaderboards give us a way to visualize the change the company wants to see and to reward the hard work of those who often go unnoticed. Many of these roles require routine and manual tasks, and they can be spread out across the facility or in different locations. And they can get really boring. However, these routine operator duties are critical for keeping energy production at optimal levels. So, we developed daily challenges based on specific jobs. A field operator may receive a challenge to check for faulty component or replace outdated parts. And if they're one of the first 5 in their group, they win bonus points. Gamification is great for encouraging teams to work together to solve complex problems. Hazard Hunt, a popular type of scavenger hunt, rewards teams for working together to find and document safety hazards. Shadow Racing has teams competing against their own best metrics, while King of the Hill focuses on keeping equipment up and running, highlighting preventative maintenance. Team building activities such as these provide a sense of community, healthy camaraderie, and, most importantly, group accountability. Another challenge that we face in energy production is consistency. I like to use gaming streaks that reward an action being done over and over again consistently. As long as that action continues, the streak will grow. 50 days, 100 days, even 800 days. We have seen an increase of up to 40% in production efficiency when this type of activity has been used. Gamification is great for data collection. We had one client who wanted more field data. Specifically, they wanted more pictures of equipment on their work sites. So, we deployed a challenge to take a selfie in front of a piece of equipment. The amount of media that we received that month skyrocketed. And in particular, we discovered this one operator who just loved this challenge. He went above and beyond, taking all kinds of selfies everywhere. It was fun, and it shows the power of a simple gamified challenge. Our field data went up 400% that month. One of the largest producers of natural gas recently used gamification to switch out 9,000 traditional methane emission devices. This simple act cut their emissions by 70%. Gamification works because it taps into the power of intrinsic motivation. When employees are driven by purpose, professional development, or contributing to a group cause, real change happens. Let's bring this a little closer to home. We can use gamified concepts to how we consume electricity. In Utah, if you go home and look at your electrical bill, you can see how your usage stacks up to others in your area. Now, if you discover that you are one of the more conservative users, that should make you feel very good. However, if you discover that everyone else is using less than you, you may want to rethink your energy usage habits. Let's take this one step deeper, and let's connect the dots from the electricity you use to the emissions that you produce. Did you know that in Utah, nearly 50% of our electricity comes from burning coal? If we were to display the emissions that you publicly produce on a public leaderboard, you may not be as enthusiastic about that electric car you just purchased. Gamification can give us a more complete picture of our energy production, consumption, and associated emissions. Using gamification is a smart and innovative way to build habits and shift industrial culture as we tackle the current climate crisis. As we continue to develop and deploy gamified strategies, we move closer to a cleaner, more energy-efficient future. Let's win the game of energy together.